Hello and welcome to Armberger Smackdown. I'm your host, J. Christoph Armberger, and I'm here to provide common sense and perspective to your worldview. After seeing me with an issue of the Harvard Business Review, my colleague Michael Masterson once pointed out to me that the editorial staff of business magazines tends to consist of 29-year-old MBAs with writing ambitions who had never ever played a role in a for-profit business themselves. That's why he considers their advice completely useless when it comes to running a business. I don't know who Michael's sources are, but it suddenly all began to make sense. It especially went a long way to explain the stream of inane corporate team-building fads. You know what I mean. Things like corporate retreats where mediocre managers leave behind their smarmy motivational posters to spout off about synergy for a weekend and have middle managers dream up mission statements that are as convoluted and opaque as selected bits of Thomas Aquinas. And where district managers suddenly talk like unholy hybrids of Sun Tzu, Clausewitz, and Attila the Hun, only with a vision. Then there's the stereotypical trust-building exercise, where everyone has to allow himself to fall backward into the sweet, sweet consciousness that his colleagues will be nimble enough to catch him before his head bounces on the cold floor tiles like a football spiked in a suggestive end zone dance. Being distrustful by nature, I'd prefer to pick the people who'd catch me, refreshing their memories about certain vested interests they might share beforehand. But my perennial favorite management fads involve team-building exercises. You've seen them and undoubtedly rolled your eyes at them. Chubby process managers have to figure out how to heave their overweight boss over a board wall, hoping silently for the telltale thud on the other side, followed by a whimper or, even better, an eerie but portentous silence. The most stupid of all the team-building junk involves 6 sad-looking middle-aged desk jockeys, a milk crate, and a rope. The jockeys have to swing Tarzan style from the rope and onto the milk crate, where they have to figure out a way to accommodate the whole dirty half dozen without tipping the crate or falling off. It's difficult. There's usually only enough space on the average milk crate to accommodate 1 foot for each desk jockey. The counterbalance to the gravitational pull has to be established by clutching your colleagues in an uncomfortable group hug, which, depending on what stage of the program the exercise takes place, elicits feeling of mild discomfort at the otherwise carefully avoided physical proximity to your colleagues, to full-blown nausea triggered by rubbing against the sweat-soaked Grateful Dead t-shirt that 2 decades ago used to be big enough to cover the clammy, fish-belly-white midriff of your supervisor. Only that fish doesn't have hair. What the point of this particular exercise is, I will never understand. It seems to be taken straight from the sustainability desk of NPR's Marketplace. Is the purpose to suggest that people, by maintaining a tenuous, uncomfortable, and slightly unappetizing balance aboard a tippy platform, are actually furthering a common cause? What would be the purpose then? Delay inevitable collapse of balance by desperately clutching the shirts of your coworkers until all go down together? I have yet to see a team-building trainer who does not wax poetic about the supposed value of teamwork in this situation. Would it surprise you that I think the desperate men and women on the milk crate should be severely reprimanded for not making the effort of finding a 2nd or 3rd crate to occupy? Or at least using a dull pencil or sharpened stick as a shiv to free up resources on that sustainability crate. It works in politics, it works in business, and I know it supposedly works in crowded lifeboats. Then, of course, I'm not a business journalist and will be waiting for my invitation to join the Harvard Business Review editorial board until they introduce speed skating in Hades. For TaipanFinancialNews.com, I'm your no I in team, J. Christoph Armberger, wishing you a profitable week.